So in the previous lecture, we have seen two problems regarding the analysis of indeterminate type of truss. Okay, so here we are going for the third example of analysis of indeterminate type of truss. Okay, so here is the given problem. So first of all, whatever may be the given problem, first of all, we have to find the SDR of the structure. To find SDR, we will do this calculation. Okay. For SDI, first of all, we will find total SDI of the structure. Okay. For total SDI, formula is M plus R minus 2J. Okay. So M, number of members of the truss are 6. As I am not considered this as a joint. That means I consider this member as a single member, as a whole member, and this AB member as a whole member. Okay, I am not consider this as a joint. So that's why number of members are 6. Next, R, number of reactive component. At C, there is a provision of hinge support. That's why 2 reactive component. At D, there is provision of roller support. That is, here will exist a single reactive component. So 2 plus 1, 3. So R, number of unknown will be equal to 3. So 6 plus 3 minus 2J, number of joints. So here I have taken number of joints 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. So just we have got here total SDI equals to 1. Now this total SDI we are getting 1. That means the given structure is indeterminate type of truss. Okay. So we'll find whether the given structure is externally or internally indeterminate. Okay. We know the structure is indeterminate, but we have to find whether the given structure is internally or externally indeterminate. Okay. So this is the formula for external indeterminacy. That is number of unknown minus number of equilibrium equations. Number of unknown means just we will consider this R as number of unknown reactive component. Okay, that are 3 minus equilibrium equation. We are having equilibrium equation 3. Okay, so extra SDI comes out with 0. So now we'll find internal SDI. Internal SDI is equals to total SDI minus external SDI. So here we are getting internal SDI equals to 1. It means the given structure is internally indeterminate by degree 1. So the given structure is internally indeterminate by degree 1. Okay. So next, first of all, we'll go for finding out the calculation of support reaction. So this is the calculation for support reaction. This is the calculation for support reaction. So just consider this truss. To find support reaction at C and D, just first of all we'll take a moment at joint C. Just take a moment at joint C. Okay. So this 100 kilonewton force multiplied by perpendicular distance is 5 meter. This total is 10 meter. So this at the middle, that means it is a 5 meter. So you can find, just take a moment at C. 100 into 5 going clockwise, that's a positive, minus it is going anti-clockwise, that's why RD into perpendicular distance as 10 meter. Okay, so you are getting reaction RD as 50 kilonewton going upward. Okay, we are getting positive answer, means our assumed direction is correct. This is the our assumed direction. We don't know what is the actual direction of the reaction. Okay, first of all, we are just assume RD RCY going upward RCX going towards right side. So these are the assumed direction. Next, we will apply summation F5 equal to 0 to this diagram, to this truss. We will find reaction RCY. Again, we are getting positive answer, means our assumed direction is correct. Okay, but in this example, just consider this example. In this example, there is no any application of horizontal force. Okay, that's why RCX will be equal to directly 0. Okay, as the given structure is internally indeterminate by degree 1. Okay, you have to solve this truss, you have to analyze this truss as an indeterminate type of truss. Okay, so what is the procedure to analyze an indeterminate type of truss? You have to analyze a given truss twice. Okay, you have to solve this given truss twice. First of all, we have to solve the given truss for the P forces. So how to find the P forces? Going for P forces means just we have to make the given structure as determinate structure. So here we know that the given structure is internally indeterminate. What it means? Because of provision of one extra member, this structure has become indeterminate. This structure has become internally indeterminate because of provision of one extra member. Okay, so you can remove any member from this structure so that the given structure will be a determinate type of structure. Okay, so you can remove this AB member, or you can remove this CD member. By removing AB or CD member, you can make the given structure as a determinate structure. Okay, remember, you have to remove only a single member. Why? Because internal SDI is equals to 1. Okay, that's why you have to remove only a single member. By removing a single member, the given structure will be determinate. The given structure will be determinate. Okay, so here once again, just consider the P forces. Just remove this member AB so that the structure will become a determinate structure. So here in this problem, member AB we are going to treat as a redundant member, or you can say unknown member. Okay, so now come to this diagram. So here just remove member AB and analyze a given truss. Of course, analyzing means just find out the forces in the members of truss. Okay, so before directly going for analysis, just we will apply the zero force member rule. Okay, so we know that at a single joint, if two members are meeting, at a single joint, two members are meeting, provided that there is no any application of external force, there is no any application of external force, then both members will carry a zero force. So that's why here at A joint and at B joint, this rule is applicable. So here these four members, 1, 2, 3 and 4 members are having zero force member. Okay, so now our task is to analyze the force in the member only CE, ED and CD. Only 3 members are left to be analyzed. Okay, so again just consider free body diagram of joint C. So here we have considered FBD of joint C. So again, how to draw free body diagram? Just I have drawn here FBD of joint C, means just cut this, just consider this original diagram. Okay, so just cut this joint at C. Okay, so just show the number of forces and number of members meeting the joint C. So here we have completed this free body diagram. So here at joint C, this reactive force is there from support. This FAC is having 0 force. FCE, it is to be found out, and FCD, it is to be found out. Okay. So for every problem, I'm going to consider that we are going to assume that the unknown forces as a tensile. So here unknown force is force in the member C and force in the member CD. So both I'm going to assume as a tensile. Tensile means arrow away from a joint. So here this arrow away from this joint. This arrow is away from this joint. So here just actually we don't know the actual answer. Just we are going to assume first of all. Okay. So these are the assumed direction. We have assumed both as a tensile. Okay. Next, apply only two equilibrium equations, that is summation fx equal to 0 and summation fy equal to 0, because we are applying joint method. In joint method, we are able to apply only two equilibrium conditions. Okay, and in joint method, at a joint there must be maximum two unknowns. In joint method, at a joint there must be maximum two unknown. So here FCE and FCD, these are the two unknown. Okay, so just apply to this FBD summation Fy equal to 0. So this will be 50. This reactive count up going upward, that's a positive. So plus 50 plus FC sin 30 is equal to 0. So you are getting answer minus. So here FC you are getting answer minus. What is the assumed direction? Assumed direction was tensile. So opposite of tensile, write the final answer. That is FC is having 100 kN force of compression nature. This is the final answer. Okay. So now apply summation fx equal to 0. Summation fx equal to 0 to this diagram. Okay. So right. So FCD going to right. Force is going to right. Take it as positive. Going to left. Take it as negative. So FCD plus F plus FC, because it is going to right side. Take plus FC cos 30, that is to be equal to 0. Remember, here I have written FCE as a plus, FCE cos 30 as a plus, because it is going in this diagram. By this assumption, this force is going towards right. That's why I have written plus. Next step, just put the value of FCE. So while putting the value of FCE, we have to put a value whichever we have got first. Okay. So first of all, here we have got FCE as minus 100. So put this value of FCE as it is, that is put as minus 100. Okay. Because first of all, we have assumed direction. To the assumed direction, this is the assumed direction diagram. To this diagram, we have applied summation Fy equal to 0. By application of this, we have got first of all answer minus. Okay. And to this diagram itself, we have applied summation Fx equal to 0. So that's why whatever answer we have got first, right, put that along with the sign. So here we have got minus 100. So put here FC as minus 100. and get the value of FCD. So here FCD we are getting positive. Positive means our assumed direction is correct. Positive means our assumed direction is correct. Previously it was assumed tensile. Write that nature in a bracket. Now same way, consider free body diagram of joint D. Consider free body diagram of joint D. Okay. But actually in this problem I have shown this solution, that is I have drawn free body diagram of joint D and I have found out the forces in these members. Okay. But just if you observe, just come to this diagram. Okay. So just if you observe the given diagram, just observe the given diagram. The given diagram is totally symmetric. The given structure is totally symmetric. Okay, symmetric through point of a loading. This 100 kN force is applied at center. This is also totally symmetric. Okay, the given structure is geometrically symmetric. Okay, the given structure is support wise symmetric. Why? Because at C there is only a vertical reactive component. At D there is only a vertical reactive component. Okay, so as the given structure is totally symmetric, symmetric in the point of view of loading, symmetric in the point of view of support reaction, symmetric in the point of view of geometry, by these three things of symmetry. Okay, so whatever forces existing in the member CE, that will exist in the member ED. You can write directly. Whatever the force is existing in this member AC, that will exist in member BD. Okay, so in this example we are not required to go for drawing free body diagram of joint D. Okay, we can simple complete this P force analysis by considering only joint C. Okay, now come to the K forces. Now come to the K forces. So K force analysis means what we are going to do in K forces. In K forces, first step, remove the external applied force. At E there was 100 kN force, external applied force. First I'll remove that force. Okay, and next just provide a unit tensile force. Unit tensile force in a redundant member, or you can say the unknown member. So in this example, we have treated member AB as the unknown member. Okay, so just remove, just instead of this, in this member AB, just in this member AB, provide a unit tensile force. Okay, 1 Newton we have applied tensile. Okay, now again same structure we have to analyze once again. We have to find the force in all the members of truss, that is the K forces, that is the K analysis, K force analysis. So again, first of all, find the support reaction for this loading. So here we have applied load, unit tensile force in this member. For this type of loading, find out the support reaction. Remember, here we have applied this 1 kN force in the member. We are not applied any force on any joint. That's why the support reaction will be equals to 0. So remember, in K forces, when the given structure is internally indeterminate, the support reaction will be 0. Up till now, we have seen the problems regarding only internal indeterminacy. Okay, so reactive components are 0. Now next, just consider free body diagram of joint A. Consider free body diagram of joint A. Just show all the forces and all the members meeting at joint A. Okay, so that is the free body diagram. And now just resolve this. Of course, these are the inclined forces. That's why resolve this force. Resolve this force in horizontal and vertical direction. Of course, we don't know the force in the member. Before analysis, we don't know the force in the member. That's why just assume the force. Okay. So here as we are going for K analysis, K force analysis, I have written here KAE, and here I have written KAC. Okay. So and both I am assumed tensile. Tensile means arrow away from joint. This arrow away from this joint. Of course, these are the assumed directions. We don't know the exact answer before solution. Okay, before analyzing or before solving the example, we don't know the nature of the force in the member. Okay, you have to assume that. So here, all the two forces we are assume tensile, tension arrow from a joint. Now next, apply summation fx equal to 0 to this diagram. Okay, again fx means all horizontal forces we have to consider. Force is going towards right, take it as positive. Going towards left, take it as negative. So here right force 1 kN plus this KAC, sorry, KAE cos 30 degree will be equals to plus, and this KAC cos 30 is going towards left side. That's why take negative. Here I have taken negative. Okay, so just we'll get one equation from this. Again apply summation Fy equal to 0 to this diagram. Summation Fy means all vertical forces going up, take it as positive, going down, take it as negative. Okay, so apply summation Fy equal to 0 to this diagram. So here KAE going towards downward, KAE, of course, vertical component will be a sine component, horizontal will be a cos component. Only when the angle is measured with respect to x-axis. Here 30 degree and 60 degree, both angles are measured with respect to x-axis, with respect to horizontal axis. That's why horizontal component will be cos component, vertical will be a sine component. So both are going downward. That's why minus KE sine 30 minus KAC sine 60. That is to be equal to 0. From this, we are getting another equation. Call this second equation. Now just solve first and second equation simultaneously. Solve these two equations simultaneously, and you will get the force in the member. You will get the force in the member KAE and KAC. So by this way you can solve this given. By this way you can solve the given equation simultaneously. Just multiply equation 1 by 0.86 and multiply equation 2 by 0.5. Okay. Anyhow, just we want to make the multiplier same. Okay. So here the multiplier of KAC is 0.43. Here it is 0.43. Anyhow, you have to make the multiplier same. That's why if you take the addition of these two equations, this is minus, this is plus, so it will get cancelled. KAC will get cancelled. That's why you are getting here KAE. So by this way, you can get the value of KAE and KAC. Here KAE you are getting minus, means assumed direction is wrong. Okay, so final answer is 0.86 kilonewton is compression KAE. Okay, put this value put this value in any equation, that is equation number 1 or equation number 2. Again, which value you have to put? Whatever we are find out first, that value we have to put. Here we have got minus 0.86, so put that value, that is put minus 0.86. You can see over here, just put minus 0.86 and we are getting KAC. KAC you are getting positive. Positive means assumed direction is correct. Assumed was tensile. Write the final answer. Okay. So now again consider free body diagram of joint B. Consider FBD of joint B. Okay. So again, we are not required to consider free body of joint B. By symmetry, by considering the symmetry of geometry, symmetry of loading, symmetry of support condition, we can write the force in the member KBD and KBE directly along with its nature, that is tension and compression. Okay, you are not required to solve B joint. Okay, the total structure is symmetric, that's why you are not required to solve. Okay, next, consider free body diagram of joint D. Consider FD of joint D. Just resolve the given force. Again here I assume force in this member as tensile. This KCD and KDE I assume KDE and KCD I assume tensile. Okay, we know the force in the member KBD. The force in the KBD is 0.5 kilonewton tensile. Okay, here KBD, here KBD, we have got 0.5 kilonewton tensile. Tension means, show this answer over here. KBD, we have got tensile means arrow away from a joint. Okay, KBD is known to us, that is tensile. Show the whatever the actual answer is there. Okay, we are getting KBD as tensile, so show arrow away from a joint. D again tensile, D and CD we are assumed. Okay, again to this diagram apply summation Fy and Fx equal to 0. Again get the final answer. Okay, so finally you can get this table. Write down the number of members. This is the P forces. P forces means we have done the structure as determinate by removing one extra member. Okay, write the forces. These are K forces. Okay, now the important thing to the sign convention. Okay, so here while writing P forces and K forces, I have taken here, I have written here minus, I have written over here minus. What it means? Minus stands for the compression force. Here I have written nothing, that means it is positive. Positive means tensile force. Okay. Likewise, positive means tensile force, negative means compression. So now next find L upon A ratio. L upon A ratio is given. PKL upon A, find out this value. Just take multiplication of PKL upon A. Just you take multiplication of these three columns. Find K square L upon A. After completing this table, find summation just by using this formula. X equals to this summation of PKL upon A. By using this formula, find out this X value. Find out this X value. X is the force coefficient. We are getting X as negative. Use this negative value as it is. This is the formula. Just instead of S, consider F. F equals to P plus XK. F equals to P plus XK. Okay. If I want to find force in the member AB, just I will write the force in the member AB, P force plus X X we have got negative, X we have got negative, put this value as it is, and K, we know the K force in the member AB. So likewise, we are getting the force in this member. Okay. So here, answer we are getting minus FAB, this is minus, okay. Answer we are getting minus, minus means compression. So finally, we have to write the answer positive. Finally, we have to write the answer positive, and in bracket, we have to write its nature. So here we are getting minus answer. So instead of minus, I have written here plus value. That is, this is the final answer. But we are getting answer negative means the nature is compression. Okay. So likewise, we have completed this total problem. Okay, likewise, you can complete this. Just same thing we have to repeat over here. Okay. Simple sign convention is there. If you are getting positive answer, okay, means the force, the nature of the force is tensile. If